Hello, welcome to today's video. My name is Stephen Milner and I'm here from the internetmarketingexpert.net. Now today's video is the top 10 Facebook page tips. About 5 years ago, I had a blog which had over 30,000 followers on Facebook, on a page on Facebook. The great thing about this page was I didn't have to advertise to develop my following. All I was doing was posting quality content which was targeted at a value proposition. I posted regularly, and over about a year, the following just kept on growing and growing and growing. Now, I didn't even have any followers when I started. I used some hashtags. People were following those hashtags. I produced content which people were interested in, which targeted their value proposition, their needs, wants, pains, and I gave the gains, which was quality content, and they started following. And it just grew from there. Now, I'm going to give you today my top 10 tips on how I grew that following and how I grow my following for my other clients. Exactly what you could do for your following on a Facebook page. Could even be a Facebook group as well. In my opinion, well, this is my first tip, but in my opinion, the biggest success that you can have with any marketing campaign, but especially on social media, to get those conversions, i.e. your conversions, get them to follow you or to click on your post, to get back to your website, is to target your followers' value proposition. Now, what is a value proposition? A value proposition is understanding with facts your visitors' needs and wants and pains, and you produce content which they would get a gain from. Now, a simple strategy for this is, what do people click on most of the time? Topics like a guide to, how to. That's a very simple targeting a value proposition. But you need to know what the guide is about, or what the how to is. Or discover this. This will solve your problem. What are you solving? And you need to understand that. And my second tip relates back to the value proposition. You should produce a value proposition, and it can just be a page as a list of what their pains are, what their wants are, what their needs are. Now, once you have that list, you can produce a content plan. The question is, what's going to get you more followers as content? Now, for me on YouTube, I'm producing videos. I've got to produce videos on YouTube. I can't do anything else. But on Facebook, maybe you want to promote an article, an ebook, a podcast, for example, and your videos. Now, Facebook loves videos. And to be honest, it hasn't taken me much today to produce this video. 20 minutes of recording, 30 minutes recording, doing some editing maybe for about an hour, half an hour to an hour, and then posting it on YouTube. Once you've got these video files, you can easily put them on multiple different social media networks. But with Facebook, Facebook does like to have videos. Now, if you post a video, you can also go through to the listing of videos as well, which is all the videos that people are following from different groups and pages, for example. Content plan is very important. Diverted off a little bit. Going to come back on again. Now, a content plan. One of the successes, or what people neglect, even within a marketing department and bloggers as well, is having a content plan. A content plan shouldn't be a difficult, long document. It should literally just be a list of content that you're going to be producing over time. Maybe you have a list of 50 topics you want to discuss, and once a week you pick one of them. Or a content plan could be, okay, I'm going to develop a video and I'm going to produce 5 videos off that with mini topics. So I develop a guide for it and people begin to see more of that topic. It's up to you how you produce that content plan. But I highly do recommend that you don't forget producing a content plan and that you should work to one. I've got one for the next year. I've produced a number of videos this week and I'm working to it. I know that my content plan relates back to my value proposition because then I know who I'm talking to and what content I should be producing now and in the future. My third tip for success on growing your Facebook page following is, and this is a bit of a daft one, but learn what gets exposure. To be successful on Facebook, you've got 2 options. Okay, 2 very simple options on being a success. Either you produce content which goes viral, so therefore on Facebook, if you post something and it doesn't go viral, it's going to go to less than 1% of your following. So that means to get in theory to your following, you need to do 100 posts. But that's if your posts are only going to get 1%, which is really not good at all. So you've got to produce content which goes viral. Now, if you have a piece of content that does go viral, above the 1% margin, maybe 5% if you can really do it, or even more, that's a lesson to be learned. Is it the topic people are interested in? Is it the style of content? What did you write in your description? Was it the image that you attached to the post? Or was it the video? What do people like to get for you to learn what went viral? The other second, and I'm going to go into a bit more detail about this in a few minutes, is paying for it to go viral. So let's say you have a following of 5,000 followers on your Facebook page. What you can do is you can pay, don't like paying all the time, but paying for it to go out to a percentage of your followers. Maybe it goes out to 20%. Facebook will tell you what the percentage is and the number of impressions it's going to get, but you can pay for it even to go out to 100% of your followers. That can work, but if your post can go viral because you've learned what's going to go viral, therefore that's cheaper for you at the end of the day. But maybe you pay to get your following moving. On the Facebook page, this is tip number 4, on the Facebook page which had 30,000 followers on, one of the easiest ways for me to get my following to go viral was to ask a question. It's a bit daft, isn't it? But it worked. If I posted a question, just a question, and then minus and then the question, often in bold, and I said, put your answers below in the comments, that's exactly what Facebook wants. They measure the success by things like likes, shares, and comments. But all I ask a simple question, and sometimes I got hundreds and hundreds of answers. And I could learn about this as well for a future value proposition for an article. Or I was able to write content focusing on those answers that people were responding to on my question. It was a simple technique, but it always worked. Try it. Post 1 question every Friday and see what happens. Tip number 5. You might not want to do this, but I've always just mentioned this already, but you can advertise to promote to your following. Okay, if you've got a following already, you can pay for it to go out to your whole following within your Facebook page. Now, if you do this, you post every day, for example, you could spend €20 a day. That will cost you €600 a month. if your marketing budget can do that, the benefit is you could be getting a lot more clicks back to your website, a lot more growth because of the likes, shares, and comments. If something is going viral and you're getting that increase in following, it's worthwhile. What you can also do is pay for an increase in followers. Now, if it's targeted and tightly targeted, I recommend doing this sometimes. I've done this for my clients to build a following when they had no followers or very low number of followers on their Facebook pages. But then they had to have the marketing budget to keep up with, first of all, producing content and then posting that content. Because, if you want to have, let's say, 10,000 followers and your content's not that good and you're only getting out to 1% and you're not paying for it, the other 99% of your followers who followed you are going to forget you. Now, if you can have a marketing budget, or you're prepared as a blogger to pay out your own pocket, for example, as see it as investment, and you can pay for it to maybe go out to 50% or 25%, and you do it every day, a few pounds or euros or dollars, out of a marketing budget, you're going to get out to maybe 25% of your followers, for example. Every 4 days, in theory, your followers should see your post. If it's going out to 10%, you should getting out to 2,500 a day, for example. If you see it in that aspect, why not? Is it really worth it for you? I've tried it and it has worked for my clients and me in the past. Can you spend that money? It will help grow your following and it will help you promote to your following. Got to spend money to make money. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes it works. You've got to make that choice. Tip number 6. I've already mentioned that videos get the biggest exposure on Facebook pages. Now, Facebook loves videos. The only things I really look on Facebook often nowadays is just videos, because all I can do is just click and watch. Facebook would rather you stay on their page by you watching a video than them letting you post an article and that individual leaves the site. That's one of the biggest reasons why Facebook wants you to create videos and be posting them on your Facebook page. And often those videos go viral more. Like I've mentioned before in this video as well, I've got a DJI Osmo. I'm standing here. I've not got much of an expense creating videos. I use Adobe Rush to produce my editing, to do the editing of the videos. It's a bit time consuming to producing videos, but to be honest, I'd rather be doing this than writing a lot of articles. An article takes time. I'm not the world's greatest writer. Writing is going to help you build your SEO, because Google will track the keywords and SEO into your article and therefore build your rankings. But for example, if you produce a video, you can also post it onto YouTube and build your following on YouTube. I prefer standing in front of a camera than I do actually writing an article. And to be honest, videos depend. If you are business to business or B2C, and you're working in the marketing department, can you for 10 minutes every few days take your DJI camera and just go and speak to a colleague and ask them, hey, what do you think about such and such? And video them. That's a simple piece of content, and you get face, and it helps with your branding. If I write an article, for example, you're not getting the visual branding from me. You're not seeing my expertise, but by doing videos and promoting yourself, you're building a brand. This really works for bloggers. You're building a brand on you and promoting your expertise. And that's what people want to see and it really does work. And posting a video, you can also repost it over and over again if it goes viral. And really, videos can be a way of going to getting more viral content and growing on your Facebook page. Tip number 7. This might seem daft, but it works. Let's say you produce 25 pieces of content in 6 months. Could be 20 articles, could be 20 videos. Now, if you pick the top 10, why not repost them? Can you repost? Let's say you've got 30 out, you produce 60 pieces of content within the year, for example. Why don't you just repeat and repost one every day? Will your following see that piece of content and go, oh, I've seen that already? But does it really harm you? If something's reposted and they see it, maybe they want to re-see it again. There's lots of stuff on Facebook which I've seen plenty of times, and it gets in my head, and I then go, it's that Facebook page again. And next time I see it, I think maybe I want to visit that page because I'm thinking it's worthwhile. It's called branding. We, for example, when we go shopping, for example, we hear from an advert on the TV saying, this wonderful product, you should buy this new yogurt. We go shopping, we see the yogurt and go, I like that yogurt, even though you never probably even taste it, because the branding has worked on you. And to be honest, reposting content is no problems if it's going to go viral. On my Facebook page, which I had over 30,000 on, which I built for myself a few years ago, I was reposting content all the time. And, sometimes it went out to 10%, sometimes it went out to 20% of people. Some people, because it didn't go out to 400%, people clicked on it, but didn't see it before, and it was easy. To be honest, and also, how many times can you repost during the day? You could have a new piece of content every day and reposting 2 pieces. So your Facebook page sees 3 pieces going out a day. Give it a test. See how much you can repost and see how much that you can post a day. Tip 9. I've already mentioned this, but I'm going to repeat this again. Facebook pages, if your post does not go viral, you're only going to go to less than 1% of your followers. So you've got to get your content to go viral. How do you do that? You've got to get those likes, you've got to get those shares, and those shares are really difficult to get, but the easiest way is to get comments. Post something and ask a question, or just ask a question. What do you think? It helps it go viral. Now, if it can't go viral and you're a marketing team, why not spare some of that budget that you would put on a print ad and put, because print ads cost thousands of euros, dollars and pounds per ad. It could cost like 10,000. What is the effect if you put that 10,000 as 800 a month on Facebook ads to repost your content to your followers? And getting those impressions. What would be the effect of getting that traffic? Would you get, if you posted an article, if you got a 5% traffic from everything you posted through the year, from 800 euros a month, how much traffic would that generate? How many leads, how many sales, how much exposure would that get? How many, compared to an advertisement? I say this to all my teams, clients, and their marketing teams. Have a think about that. Could you not post for something on, have an advertisement in a publication, a print publication, and put it into Facebook, even LinkedIn and other social networks? You can measure the success with ease with Facebook advertisements and LinkedIn and growing your following on Facebook pages, you can measure it all. You know what's working, what isn't. I recommend it, and if your budget can cope, why not do it? Can you even afford, if you're a blogger, to do €100 a month on a key article or a webinar? If you can go out to 50,000 people, for example, for €100 once a month, and by doing a webinar, and people see your branding, and they watch that webinar and they see that your expertise, that can be a lot more worth it than just posting and getting the 1% and not going viral. Make it go viral with money. I don't often like to spend the money when it comes to advertisement myself. I try to produce viral content as much as possible, but sometimes you have to pay. And why not if you get the conversion? Tip number 10. This is a daft one, but my God, does it work? And do you need to do it? Post regularly. If you've got a Facebook page and you don't post, your followers are going to forget you. And if you don't post, they're not going to see you. Even that 1% isn't going to see you. So why not just post? And this is, let's call it tip number 11. Why not post other people's content? I do this. I post other people's content if I think it's worthwhile, and my followers are going to like it. It's not a bad thing to do. I put a comment in there. So I put in the description, hey, found this great article, really worth reading. Recommend you have a read of it this morning. It gives us a bit of a personal aspiration of that people see and go, the expert is recommending me to watch this. It might be your competitor's content. It doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, is you are building that following, and you are feeding your following content. I see so many clients who just are so not promoting content. They're afraid often. I don't have too much content. I don't have that. That's why you need to say to your marketing manager or your marketing director, we need to feed the following. And that means if we're going to take Facebook or any other social network seriously in our strategy, we need to put the effort in and produce that content and post it regularly or repost it. It's easy ringing up and booking an advertisement for a publication, and it's often difficult to measure the success. People go, an advertisement and publication, it's branding. Yeah. But what you're looking for and your bosses are looking for is those conversions. And if you say to them, this year, I don't want to post, I don't want to put that in advertisement, I want to put it into producing content, why don't we buy a new camera this year and we produce videos, 1 video a week, 52 weeks, 52 videos, 52 posts, or it could be 2 posts a day, 25 days, 15 days, 30 posts, 30 videos, twice a day, 15 days, easy posts, and they go viral. Posting regular is key to growing your following and feeding your followers' interests. And most importantly, you can get them back on your website, gain that lead, gain that sale, and keep them interested in promoting your expertise. I've given you 10 top tips to grow your Facebook following from my experience of growing followings on Facebook pages myself, for me and my clients. I hope you do find this video interesting. If you do like what you're hearing today, please do give us a like. Do subscribe to us to get our future videos. And if you want to get notifications of those videos, press the subscription button and the bell button. And if you've taken one of my clues today or tips today, comment. If you like what you've heard, give us a comment. Tell us what you think. Do you agree with what I say? Do you have other tips for the followers, my viewers, to see? Comment below. I hope you've enjoyed today's video, and please do subscribe. Thank you very much. Have a good day.